Hi, I'm Erin. I am a homeschooling single mom from Ontario, Canada. I am rebuilding my life from scratch. I left my job, I left my marriage, I left my house. Step one, starting from scratch, I need to build my own house. What qualifications do I have for building a house? Well, I built a chicken coop once. It's a really good chicken coop. This is an epic and monumental task. I looked into hiring a contractor, but they're all too busy to take on my little tiny job. So here I go, trying to build a tiny house all by myself. I have been researching endlessly for the past year. I've got a very clear idea now of what I need to do, but it's still a really big, really daunting task. Right now, I am at a crossroads. I need to make a really big decision, and I'm enlisting your help with making that decision because I can't figure out which one I should do. Originally, the plan was that there is a 44-foot semi-truck trailer on the property already, and I was going to convert that into my tiny home. But upon research, I realized that it just wasn't a practical thing for us for many reasons. So it was back to the drawing board. And by drawing board, I mean SketchUp, which is this free AutoCAD software from Google, which is really fantastic, by the way. It takes a while to get the hang of, but I really recommend it. So now I am at a crossroads. I need to decide on a model so that I can start procuring supplies in time for spring. The big decision that I am struggling with right now is, for my tiny house foundation, should I use a $200 repurposed RV trailer, which I would demolish down to the trailer frame, or a $10,000 purpose-built tiny house trailer? The main difference between the two designs is, obviously the price. The other limitation is, with the $200 RV trailer, my weight limit is 7,000 pounds. Whereas with the $10,000 trailer, my weight limit is double that. I have 14,000 pounds. So one design is at the top of my weight limit, and the other design is at the top of my financial budget. So what do I do? First, I thought maybe I would show you my two different designs. This first design is the RV. It is a 30-foot RV, a one-story house inside, with a front porch and a back porch that will be built in place, a water collection system, and 8 solar panels is the most that I can fit on. Now, this design is tight because I cannot build up because of weight limitations. Also, I would have to use steel studs because they're significantly lighter than wooden studs. The price is pretty much the same as building with wood studs, but I'm not familiar with building with steel. So it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. Now, to give you some sense of how this would work, this would be the girls' beds here, Abby's bed on the bottom, Bethany's bed on the top. Abby's bed would be a Murphy bed that would fold up, and underneath it would be the shelves for their toys. And over here would be some more shelves for the girls' things. And this is a closet for the girls' clothes. This here doubles as my desk and bookshelf, but also the stairs to get up to Bethany's bed. And then I would make sure that this window, or potentially this window here on the south wall, was usable as a fire escape for the girls. This little dude right here is just a little wash basin. It would not have a tap going directly to it, but it would have a drain coming out of it. Potentially in the summer, I might build a solar heated water tank on the roof for having showers. But in the winter, we would warm water on the fire. and just have baths. The kitchen, you will notice, does not have a fridge or a stove. In the winter, I will do my cooking on the wood stove. In the summer, I will do my cooking on a hot plate, and I will potentially build a pizza oven outside for baking. And the fridge, I will keep on the back porch because it will consume less electricity in the winter, because the number of solar panels I have are limited. Solar is very expensive, and I don't have a lot of room on my roof for solar panels. So in the winter is when I'll be most concerned about electricity shortage. So if I keep the fridge and freezer outside, then I don't have to worry so much about keeping them cold. You will also notice that outside is the toilet. Right in there, see? Toilet. This will be a compost toilet, not one of those fancy schmancy $1,000 compost toilets, but a bucket and some sawdust. And we will compost our humanure, which is why there's two. You need one for your liquid waste because it's sterile, so it can be just poured straight into your regular compost pile. And then the humanure has to go into a separate compost. And once it's broken down, we can use it to feed the soil, but we're not going to use it to feed soil that we grow food from. We'll use it for other soil. In the winter, I would wrap this back porch and insulate it so that it wouldn't be quite as cold, but it would not be heated. And I would run the pipe from the wood stove out through the back porch so that it would add a little bit of warmth, but it would not be heated. And then my bed would be this couch right here. This piece here and this piece here will pull out and meet in the middle, and it will turn into a queen size bed. And then for eating, this piece here pulls out and we can use it as a table. And it can also make for extra countertop space because that is not very much counter space. So that is the $200, under 7,000 pound repurposed RV trailer with an outdoor toilet. The other possibility is this 28-foot purpose-built tiny house trailer that costs $10,000, has a 14,000 pound payload. Now, my truck cannot pull 14,000 pounds, so I would like to keep this under 12,000 pounds. My truck can pull that. The purpose-built trailer has lights and brakes, and it has jacks for leveling. It has a much lower profile, so not only do I have a higher weight limit, but I also have a bigger height limit. So this is what we're calling the tall house right now. It also has solar panels on the roof, but because it's a little bit shorter, I can only fit 7 solar panels. And it also has a front porch and a back porch, but there is no toilet in the back porch. Living in luxury, the toilet is inside this house. If I hide the solar array and the roof and the south wall, you can see inside. So in this house, we have 2 loft bedrooms, a loft bedroom here for the girls, and we would build in little secret compartments in the floor for them to hide their toys. And this shelf here could hold their clothes, and we could also build something up above for things to hang. Over here you have my bed, which is a bit smaller. It's only an RV-sized double bed because I want extra space here for storing clothes. There is this really cool staircase that connects the 2 rooms, and it doubles as all of my kitchen cupboards. And then down here we have a couch that has in-seat storage. We have a wood stove over here where I would do most of my cooking in the winter. And we have a bathroom over here with the same compost toilet inside and the same soaker tub inside. The compost toilet, I would probably build an extraction fan to go outside so that the smell would be vented outside. So you can see here the bathroom. Now the back porch, once again, has my fridge and freezer on it for, again, the same reason that it would save me electricity, to keep them outside in the winter, because in the winter is when electricity savings needs to be a really big issue. There's a little closet here for coats. There is a storage space here, which is probably where I would keep my electrical equipment and then like books and puzzles and things like that. There will be storage inside these seats here. And then of course in both houses, I'll be able to store my canned goods underneath the porches. I'll build some sort of like root cellar under there. You can see the kitchen here has several cupboards and sinks, and that would be our table looking out that window there, and it would double as my desk. I wouldn't have a separate room for an office in this house. So those are my two designs. Where I sit right now is flip-flopping back and forth between both plans. On the one hand, I think I don't need a beautiful, brand new, shiny, custom built, top of the line, $10,000 trailer. I highly value repurposing things so that they don't have to go to the dump. I highly value making do with less. But at the same time, with the cheaper trailer, the worst case scenario is the trailer can't hold what I need it to hold, and I risk losing my house. Whereas with the more expensive trailer, the worst case scenario is I run out of money halfway through the build, and I have to get more money from somewhere else before I can finish the build. So that's where I'm sitting right now. I would love your feedback. Kind feedback, your kind feedback. And also, if you want to come and help build my tiny house, do it. There's a place on the property where you can stay. You can come for as little or as long as you like. You can help me build. You can bring tools. You can bring brilliant ideas. You can donate materials, or you can just play with my kids while I build so that they're not getting under my feet the whole time. This is your opportunity to help me. There's another couple of things I wanted to add in. Percy is home. She was in the shop for about a month. The mechanic was able to fix the locked wheel and was able to address the problem with the starter. And he taught me a trick to get her started. Also, over Christmas, we had visitors. For those of you that were still watching my channel, this time last year, when we were in Uganda, Neil and Alice and their boys Turabo and Zabu came to visit us over Christmas, and we had so much fun. It was really cool to see them in a completely different context.
Guys, there's loads of ice here! Woo!
And in my next video, I hope to tell you all about the work that I'm doing with Laura at Wild on Turtle Island to get ready for seedling season. Thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks for your help. Take care.